Hello, everyone. Welcome to First Friday with Keep Indiana Learning. This is our opportunity to share with you some of the new upcoming events going on with Keep Indiana Learning, exciting news, anything that just makes us super excited to be part of the Keep Indiana Learning community. And today, I am so excited to introduce you to our two new specialists on our professional learning team here at Keep Indiana Learning. Jessica Miller and Jeff Harker come to us with an amazing background in not only just like powerful teaching moves, but they are mathy minds. And that's awesome for me because as a school librarian, math is a place where I've always been curious and yet know that there are strengths that I don't possess. And so we like to fill in those with our other folks. So Jessica, would you mind sharing with us a little bit about your path here, your journey?
Absolutely. So I'm Jessica Miller. I started my career as an elementary school teacher in a variety of grade levels. And then I served as a STEM teacher and coach where I got a little bit of a chance to really focus on math. And that's where it all kind of started for me, that opportunity to support teachers and students specifically in the area of math. So then I switched roles to an instructional coach. And while I did that, I was super excited to get my master's degree as an elementary and middle school math specialist and earn my elementary math specialist addition to my license. So that's kind of where I've been the last couple of years and how I've been focusing on math. And I am so excited to be joining Keep Indiana Learning and supporting schools and students on their math journey as well.
Well, we are super excited to have you. And the elementary perspective is so key for that foundational math mind. And Jeff, you fill in the top level in our secondary space. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey here?
Yeah, when they get all that good learning at the elementary, then I get them. I started my journey in middle school mathematics and spent 32 years there, dabbling a little bit into the high school realm, teaching fifth grade actually, up through geometry. In the middle of my career, I had a chance to take a break and be a literacy coach for a few years. And so that kind of started me on my journey to professional development and teaching teachers. And so I didn't do that for a long time. And so it is really good to be back kind of in my wheelhouse. I really enjoy that piece of the job here. And I am, as Jessica mentioned, we are both really excited to be here with Keep Indiana Learning.
Well, we are very lucky to have both of you, and the state of Indiana is really doing some powerful transformation as we are emerging from the pandemic and really looking at what the future of teaching and learning is. We're thrilled to have you on board to help us in math, so fundamental. And we've got some really cool events coming up this month that you guys are involved in. Jessica, I think you were going to share a little bit about our Leading the Rebound series.
Yes, our Leading the Rebound series is still going. So we've got a couple more sessions coming out. And if you join in on those, you'll get to see Jeff and I presenting a little bit about this wonderful book. Leading the Rebound is really helping us to think about what are the high impact strategies, moves, and priorities we need to take as we continue to move in this pandemic era and come out in a place where our teaching and learning is even stronger. So coming up, we're going to have sessions thinking specifically about assessment, engagement and leveraging high instructional practices. And then we will be ending the series with a focus on interventions and how we can create school-wide systems and supports that are going to make sure that all kids learn at high levels. So it's exciting. We are super excited to be digging in, especially into the assessment, instruction, and intervention piece as we're putting together all of the pieces of what makes a school strong and what makes instruction strong. And we hope that it's a helpful tool for teachers and leaders as they continue down this path of the pandemic era.
It's really been a lot of fun for our team to dig into the rebound work by Nancy Fry, Doug Fisher, John Hattie. That rebound playbook is so powerful, and the on-demands are free, open to anybody. Just go to keepindianalearning.org, click on our free events, and they're right there at the top. Now, Jeff, we've got some other awesome free things going on next week that have math at the heart of them. You want to share a little bit about our Computer Science Week?
Yeah, we've got Computer Science Week coming up next week. We've got lunch, quick highlights that you can get in on every day at 11:30. And then on Thursday from 1 to 4, we've got the computer science hands-on learning, where we're really going to dig in a little bit to computer science and connect it to all things STEM as well. We've got some nationwide experts coming on board, and just some really good fun opportunities for us. We'll be able to hang out on the 15th with some of our digital coaches from Keep Indiana Learning, and just really have a great time digging into computer science next week.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it because there's like 4 sessions that are with folks from NASA. And I tell you, if there's something that drives my own middle school son to get engaged with learning, it's those hands-on, like super design process, science-y things. So he was really excited to see that we've got folks from NASA that are going to be on our YouTube channel streaming live, not only every day at 11:30 to noon, but also that whole afternoon next Thursday is going to be pretty exciting around Keep Indiana Learning.
Can't wait. That sounds wonderful. It's going to be a great week.
And then, like you mentioned, Jeff, we've got the digital learning coaches. The Keep Indiana Learning digital learning coaches are doing a live stream, not next week, but the week after on the 15th. This one should literally be a lot of fun. In fact, the name of it is Reclaiming Fun, because as educators, these digital learning coaches for Keep Indiana Learning are practitioners in classrooms, in buildings, in districts. They're doing the hard work of teaching just like you guys are out there. And they realize that we have missed some of the fun of teaching when we're getting down into the mechanics of it through the pandemic and as we're transforming it. So we're going to really jump back into the fun. In fact, I'm looking forward to Jo Cox. She's doing a really cool one about all the fun things you can do with Canva, which is one of my favorite new tools. We're going to talk about other technology fun things and just how to bring a culture of fun back into the educational spaces. So I am highly recommending you tune in right here, YouTube channel, Facebook, or Twitter. Keep Indiana Learning will go live on December 15th.
I'm really looking forward to that. We need some fun back in education.
No doubt. And this is a great time of year to do it, right? Because we're kind of in that messy middle between Thanksgiving and Christmas, where the kids are a little squirrely, and heck, we're all a little squirrely. So we might as well just have some fun in there. And then what I think is going to be really exciting is between Christmas and New Year, we're going to try something a little unique. The team has invited some influencers from around the state, maybe some folks from the DOE, maybe some folks from around some of the more innovative ed tech places in Indiana. And we're going to do a who's who and what's new for 2022, because you guys know I love to rhyme, and that's one of my favorite titles for one of our live streams. That's going to be on the 30th. And we're going to pre-record that one, because one of the things that we need to do between Christmas and New Year this year is take a break. And so we're pre-recording, and then we're going to live stream those recorded videos on the 30th. And it's all about who you would want to have as an influencer, who you could follow, who's really feeding us as educators these days, who are the people on Twitter and Instagram that are just filling our cup and allowing us to learn with them. So that one's going to be really exciting. So set your reminder. It'll be on all the social channels. So you can just sit back with your pumpkin pie and a glass of eggnog and watch us as we have a conversation on who's who and what's new in 2022. That should be a lot of fun.
Yes. I'm all about the eggnog and pumpkin pie. That's the perfect way to watch.
I don't know, that might be a little heavy, both of those at the same time, maybe space them out. And Jessica and Jeff, you guys are going to be talking with some math folks and asking some fun questions. Jeff, I'm putting you on the spot. What's a question you might ask at this conversation for the event?
I think just who's currently speaking to you. I know one of my old-time favorites is Rick Wormley, but just to see who's affecting your decision making and who's helping you make decisions in your classroom and your instruction, to see if I can kind of spread my knowledge base out a little bit.
That's great, because I know there's some really cool math minds out there thinking through the challenges of how do we get our kids reconnecting to the learning, seeing that inspiration that math and hands-on science and STEM can really bring to their learning. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then before we wrap up today, could you guys do a quick sneak peek about what you're working on for January and February across Indiana, that math textbook Caravan?
Yeah, we've looked at a lot of different options for teachers and districts. As far as textbook go, there's some really good options out there now that really focus in on conceptual learning and just tie in and go right along with what we know about how the brain works and how the brain learns now. And you know that old adage, now that we know better, we need to do better. And we know so much more than 10, 15, 20 years ago about how kids learn. And I think it's even more important, we've mentioned a couple of times about, coming out of this pandemic and the Leading the Rebound series. I think it's really important that schools are very careful about the materials that they choose to use with the kids this year. And there's some good options out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have been doing a ton of work behind the scenes, like Jeff said, really digging into all of the options, many of the options that are out there for schools. Earlier, I think last month, we put out a textbook evaluation rubric to support schools and districts in evaluating textbooks on their own. Now we have been using that rubric ourselves as we evaluate individual textbooks. Specifically, Jeff and I have been thinking a lot about the NCTM 8 effective teaching practices. Those came out in 2014, so this was a great opportunity for publishers to really respond to the demands of those 8 effective teaching practices and provide a textbook and a resource that aligns to the high level of questioning, high tasks, and supporting student discourse. So we really spent time digging into each of those resources to see which one of these do we feel are really rising to that high level of instruction. So we will be putting out the rubric again. We will be putting out our own opinions on those textbooks and what we see as strengths of those specific resources to really support schools and districts in choosing a textbook that is going to support the ambitious math instruction that we need right now.
That's awesome. I think that's such a powerful piece too, because there are so many options, and sometimes we don't have that background to be able to look at them really objectively and see what's going to give the balance of learning and engagement and that high level structure of academic success that we need our students to have. So thank you guys in advance for the work you are doing there. We really look forward to those caravans coming early in 2022. So as we wrap up here, I do want to say that we've got some comments that have come in from viewers. Thank you guys. We've got maybe the Big Bang Theory guys would really love what we're doing next week. I totally agree. It's going to be like STEM-rific all next week, every day at 11:30 right here on YouTube. Also, that whole afternoon on Thursday next week about STEM and hands-on learning. And of course, Anna says she can't wait for the Who's Who. Me too. I think that's going to be so much fun. We really appreciate having Jessica and Jeff not only on our team, but here today to talk about what's coming out. And I want to just say happy holidays to everyone out there watching. From all of us at Keep Indiana Learning, we wish you a bright, safe, and happy holiday season, and we'll see you in 2022.